right? Not just about the 4th of July, but I want to contrast that. You got the pro wokety woke blackety black crowd. They got their holiday. They call it Juneteenth, right? Well, what I want to do is I want to contrast the 4th of July, which is absolutely a holiday that I celebrate with glee, and I want to contrast that against Juneteenth. Okay, listen, I'd be darned if I celebrate a day where it's not like this is a day that represents when we fought back against our oppressor. No, this Juneteenth is the day that the white man basically told you that you were free. And I could see if Juneteenth was a day that there were a bunch of slaves that were like, look, we are sick and tired of this. And they kind of just got together, who grabbed them some muskets and some swords and said, look, we are about to go and teach these so-called masters that we are free, right? That didn't happen. I could see if, like I said, we gathered up some muskets and some swords and went from plantation to plantation and look, just killed everybody who enslaved people that looked like them. That is something that I could celebrate. But is that what Juneteenth is? I mean, ask yourself, what does Juneteenth really mean and what does it represent? It is not like it's the 4th of July that represents the day where we Americans, colonists, asserted their freedom against King George the tyrant and told them that they were free. No. Instead of Black Americans who were foundational in establishing, when I say establishing this country and fighting, whether it was in the American Revolution or the French Indian War or in the Civil War, you give up the valiant acknowledgments from those battles, and instead you want to celebrate Juneteenth, which is a day where the white man told you that you were free. You want me to celebrate a day that Joe Biden had to declare and make it national and say, this is the day that we, your benevolent white zaddy, gave you your freedom. You got to be kidding me. You got to be kidding me if you think I'm about to celebrate that. No, let me explain something to you. I will never understand why we would want to celebrate a day that a white man decided to give us, right? You want to celebrate the day that he told you you were free. And I'm like, no, I'm not doing that. That's not a flex. It's not a flex because what kind of cowardice and weakness waits for someone to tell them they are free as opposed to say, I can show you better than I can tell you. The Black men who fought in the 1st Rhode Island Regiment, or the Buffalo Soldiers, or so many men in the American Revolution who were like, look, I will fight for my freedom. You give me nothing, I will fight for it. Those are the men that garnered the respect and who were able to contribute to this country in a meaningful way, not by cowardice, not by weakness, but by fighting and asserting that which God had already given them. When you celebrate, in my opinion, a day like Juneteenth, where you got the news where the white man told you were free, all that does is solidify to me what the white liberal wants you to believe. And you know what that is? The white liberal, the individual who believes that they are supreme over you, they believe that they gave you your freedom. Oh, no, they don't want you to believe that your rights come from God and that God made you free. They don't want you to acknowledge God is supreme who did that. No, they want you to celebrate and dance a little jig and acknowledge that they made you free. Well, I'm sorry. I reject that. I'm not celebrating Juneteenth. I prefer the 4th of July. That's something I can celebrate because it's something that my people actively participated in, and they asserted their freedom and their dominance and declared, God made me free. You didn't give it to me and you can't take it from me. I don't want no parts of Juneteenth. So, as we celebrate, people in my tribe, as we celebrate the 4th of July, which is the day that Americans told King George he could go kick rocks with some sandals on